Thank you for your interest in volunteering for Representative Sturla's annual Back to School event. Every year, students and their families benefit from hundreds of volunteers and dozens of organizations that work together to make the event a success. Without your involvement, this event would not be possible. We've made short videos to give you some background information about volunteering. We hope you find it useful, and we look forward to serving you at the Back to School event.
Uniform and supply sorting volunteers organize and sort supplies in preparation for the event, including assembling kits, sorting uniforms, shoes, backpacks, and other items for the event attendees. This project is done at Park City Center in the weeks before the Back to School event. We will be located in the Coles Wing near the administration office in Space 1W.
Pre-registration volunteers check in families that have already registered. Using clipboards, pre-registration volunteers will move through the line to check in families before they enter the stadium at their scheduled time. This helps speed up the check-in process. This is a role that requires walking. Same-day registration volunteers gather information from families who need to register the day of the back-to-school event. The registration will generate a registration card for the family, and they will use that to enter the stadium. There are scheduled times for families, so a family registering on the day of the event may have to wait to enter the stadium until there's an open space in an appointed time slot. This is a seated role. Setup volunteers will set up all tables, tents, stations, and other areas at the stadium. They will also move supplies and other equipment throughout the stadium to prepare for the event. Everything will be unloaded and set up for the day of the event. There will be stations set up for backpacks, uniforms, and haircuts. At the haircut station, we will set up tarps for easy cleanup. Tables will be set up on the concourse for organizations. A couple volunteers will put signs on the tables in the concourse so organizations know where to go when they arrive. Heavy lifting is required. Cleanup volunteers will clean up and tear down all equipment, tables, and supplies. They will also gather all trash once the event is concluded. All supplies and equipment will be brought to one location at the stadium and loaded onto trucks at the end of the event. Heavy lifting is required. Shoe station volunteers will distribute shoes to students based on sizes students provided in the registration. Volunteers will also direct and assist families in exchanging shoe sizes by directing them to the designated shoe exchange area. Traffic volunteers will direct volunteers, vendors, and families to appropriate parking and unloading spaces. Vendors and organizations will be guided to unload along the third base entrance using the side walkway. Parking for everyone, unless handicap accessible parking is needed, is in the back main lot of the outfield. The front lot near the main entrance is off limits for everyone. This is a role that requires walking. Line control volunteers will focus on keeping lines organized and separated. This will help avoid any confusion and also keep people updated about what is happening. Line control volunteers will also direct families and volunteers to appropriate registration and check-in locations. This role requires walking.